right. And welcome back to the Gory Gaze, where we slash up and bleed out your favorite
And not so favorite.
horror films. I am Stanley.
And I'm Alex.
It is Christmas.
We're not going to mention that we're the Gory Gays.
I already did.
Okay. Sorry, I got lost because I did the intro last week.
He did. This is new. The whole intro thing is very new. So
Yeah.
we literally get lost within the first 5 seconds.
Yes, of course. And then we realized that nothing's hooked up and we're like, oh, we got to do it all over again.
Yep. And then we don't know our names.
Yep.
And we don't know the name of the podcast.
Where we're at, what time it is,
And
what day it is either.
Exactly. And what's really hilarious is I just found out that there was a setting situation for mic 1. And that was today.
It's literally incredible that your finger can slip and push a button. You're like, oh, what's this? What's this?
Yeah, does magic everywhere. And so, guys, this is 14 episodes in. This might be the best I've ever sounded.
Okay, Stanley.
No, I'm really gonna give myself a little bit of a,
Are you going to join me on the I love the sound of my own voice train?
yeah, today I am, because I actually feel really confident in the way that my voice is being presented. So thank you,
Baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus and slip of the thumb. And speaking of Baby Jesus, you guys, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Miss Mackenzie. Merry Christmas, Miss McConnell.
I don't know who they are.
Me either, but I just like those old school, like long last names.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Okay. Edit.
No, don't edit. I love it. I just don't understand.
Okay. You never met Miss Mackenzie?
I don't think I ever did.
Okay.
I think I knew a girl named Mackenzie in the 5th grade. She was in a play with me, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Oh, I knew an Elise Mackenzie.
That's a pretty name, Elise.
And in the 3rd grade, Elise.
Oh, that's what's her name's name on The Conjuring? Oh my gosh, that one actress, she's so good. We just saw her in that one movie too. She has a short hair. No matter what she does, she shows up. She does her job. No, oh gosh, I forgot the name. I can't think of her name. Remember, she does such a good job. And I was like, she just has to show up. She don't even have to be in costume or anything. And she like, oh my gosh, I forgot what movie it was. Okay, never mind. Scratch.
And she's in The Conjuring?
She's the medium.
Vera Farmiga?
Oh my gosh, no, that's not her. That's not The Conjuring. It's why do I always do that? No. Okay, scrap this. Never mind.
Well, no, I love this. I just want to know who you're talking about now.
Let me see. I'm gonna find it right now.
No, you have to now. Now I want to know.
But just because I remember her she was a coach on Boat Trip.
Boat Trip?
With Cuba Gooding Jr.
I don't think I ever saw it.
Or Crew, something. Yeah.
I know what movie you're talking about.
Here we go. I'll get it for you. Lynn Shay.
Oh, we were watching Dead End.
I cannot
believe I
didn't remember her name. Yes.
No. And that's, but it's funny that you mentioned that, because that's one of the Christmas movies that we watched this week.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Wait, so she wasn't in The Conjuring. She was in Insidious.
Insidious, yes.
Yeah.
She was like the medium, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's a really easy movie to confuse, because those movies are so similar in tone. So I will actually give that one to you.
Awesome. Thank you for cleaning that up.
However, you did just say that The Conjuring is one of your favorite possession movies.
It is.
So I feel like I might take that away from you.
Well, yeah, that's why well, there's so many of them. So, and then they introduce characters in each one, but.
No, you're right. What did you think of that Dead End movie?
It was really cool.
It was weird.
It was like really weird. I mean, these fucking movies we've been seeing are so weird. I don't even know the contrast between each other, like, or like any of them anymore.
Oh God, we've been on a good kick, because we have to get all the Christmas ones out of the way, because obviously you're going to be listening to this on Christmas Day. But
well, it's the thing is, like, these movies right now that we've been watching, and they're horror movies, they're like the only type of movies that actually do give you Christmas, like the real snow, the real lights, like everything actually looks like Christmas. That's why I'm enjoying this right now. Because if you go to Lifetime and you watch like those Christmas movies that are out right now, and they're decorated in the summer with like cotton as snow, and it looks so fake and produced. But these actual like horror films that are like out right now during the holidays are so genuinely like Christmas.
Yeah, I really feel like that horror movies that take place during the holidays really take themselves seriously. Whether they're good or not, I feel like there's a genuine care,
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of them are trash. Yeah, there's a really good juxtaposition between a Hallmark Christmas film and a movie you're gonna see on the Shudder streaming service. You know.
Yeah. But it's like, get it together.
Oh, before we get any further, I would like to correct myself. I know I already did this on our Instagram story, but I have lost sleep over this. In our last in our last episode, I had mentioned that the Black Christmas remake came out in 2005. I should know better. This movie came out in 2006. I saw this movie on opening night, on Christmas night with Becky Zada.
It's
Anyway,
okay. Oh 05, oh 06. I saw it in 23, and guess what? It's the same film.
yeah, we just watched that back to back with the movie we will be reviewing today, which is
Black Christmas.
yes, baby,
76.
74.
74. 75, 76,
It
74.
doesn't matter because Alex just watched it.
Yeah.
2023, baby.
2023. I watched the Black Christmas 2023. Yeah.
Yeah, we did basically a back to back, and we tried to sludge through the 2019 remake, but no guys, no. I had already seen it, but it's just not for me. It's not something worth revisiting. It never held my interest the first time, and it's something that's it strays so far away from the source material. The remake, the original remake from 2005, 6, what the fuck ever, at least is a lot of fun, and it's so campy and it's so gory and fits the bill, you know, and it has a lot of homages to the original. And it's a perfect companion piece, whether it has anything to do with the original or not. It's still a lot of fun. What did you think of it?
The older one is just so much better. I actually enjoyed the older one so much better than the newer version of it.
Oh yeah, no, the original is I have said it a couple of times before. I think this is probably in my top 5 of favorite horror films. I think this movie is so fucking scary, and every time I watch it, I find something new and something even more disturbing about it, and I'm so pumped to get into it.
Like, I just enjoy that. The older film, there was only one girl just yelling throughout the whole film, and then the newer film was just so annoying because everybody was screaming.
Oh, there's such a weird thing about the 2006 version. There's like 75 fucking girls. There's so many fucking sorority girls, as opposed to the original where there's only a couple, like you just said.
And it's like I was mentioning to Stanley while we were watching the movie, I was like, these girls give me like no background. Like, I feel like none of them are friends. Like, nobody has history on each other. I don't believe none of this. They're just stuck in a house, which mainly that's what it is, right?
Yeah, and they really took a lot out of the 2006 remake.
At the end of the day, you don't care for nobody because there's no relation between nobody. Like, you're just like, everybody's gonna die and I don't care.
Yeah, precisely. And while again, I'm giving it credit because I watch it still, I have a lot of fun with it. I think it's great Christmas fodder. It's stupid and it's quotable, and you know, you get a bunch of bitchy females and they die in really grotesque laughable ways. It's quite a stupid movie, and it's unfortunate because it's one of those movies that fell at the hands of the Weinstein brothers, in the sense of it was butchered in the editing room. It was one of those movies that suffered a bunch of reshoots. The ending was really fucked with.
This is the newer version?
This is the 2006 one that we just finished.
This is why I was telling you, like, I feel like all these girls are all glossed up, boobs out, too much hair, like too much makeup. And it's like, they're in a fucking house stuck during a winter storm, bitch. Put her in your PJs, put your hair up, like, stop. You drink some eggnog, be gross.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's definitely a Weinstein movie, you know. So I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about that particular movie because maybe we'll talk about that one next year. And as you guys know, we did do a raffle because we were going to originally talk about both of these movies as like a double bill sort of thing. But we are going to spend the episode talking about the 1974 version. As we do, I just wanted to say thank you to you guys for all the support over the last couple of months because, as you guys know, we're relatively new. We've only been around for, you know, a good couple of months, and, you know, less than 20 episodes in, and we've been having a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun personally, and I really look forward to doing this, and I've really enjoyed watching these movies and showing Alex the movies that he hasn't seen, which is almost all of them.
Seriously.
But I really look forward to the new year, and I look forward to more movies, spending more time together in this sense, because I think this is a really good bonding experience. I think horror unites people, and I said that in our episode that we just did with Scotty, which is a good segue into the fact that we are also on Fun with Horror today. Do you want to talk about that real
Oh
quick?
my gosh. You guys want to hear me sweat balls like through the speakers and go ahead and hear it. It was a little nerve-wracking in the beginning, but I kind of got, the hang of it, and it was kind of cool to actually do it because it opened it would just like let me be more how would I say this, like more talkative now. Like it just kind of helped me, during this process to just be more open and just talk about damn movies. It felt really comfortable.
Like a lot of you know, Alex is really new to this,
Yeah.
and
So Stanley will ask me like, "You want to watch a movie?" I'll be like, "Sure. What do you want to watch? Halloween, Scream? I know what you did last summer." And Stanley will be like, "No. What kind of movies are we watching, Stanley?"
we're usually watching something that most people are not.
Yeah. Give me something gross.
Yeah, like we're probably gonna watch. Oh God,
I'll be like,
I mean, we're watching. We were on a Gregor Rocky kick recently. You know what I mean? And we watched All Through the House
yeah.
recently. We watched the Silent Night remake. Oh God, we watched Krampus, and I didn't even know that Alex had never seen Krampus. So that
I've
was
never seen it. It was so good. In the end, I was like, "Oh, cool, okay." Like this guy was, he didn't forgive shit. He didn't care. He fucking nobody's business. It was great.
yeah, like so it's really interesting to be able to take a step outside of the bigger picture and watch someone else see these movies for the first time.
Because I know
Right?
you appreciate genuine reactions. Like, because when I react, like you just like hunt, like you just stare at me, and then I feel like you're glare like looking at me, and I'm just like reacting to the movie, and I'm like, "Fuck!" Like that was just horrible. What happened?
Yeah, it's really, really endearing. So, I've had the fucking Christmas spirit for quite a while, and this just like really just sears it in. We are really, really happy and excited to be guests over at Fun with Horror talking about There's Something in the Barn. So if you want to hear our thoughts and that fun conversation with Scotty, please go check that out. We are going to attach a link and go listen to all their episodes. Andrew and Scotty are a lot of fun. We really love them. And I've been on a couple of their episodes before in the past talking about movies like Pet Cemetery and Tenebrae and Friday the 13th Part 2.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty cool. I like the fact that we were invited to his podcast.
the
It's really
horror.
cool because we brought the Gory Gay over to, Fun with Horror, and just to see the blend of both podcasts and the way we do things is just, it's magnificent the way it worked.
Yeah, yeah. It's really nice to be included. We really like that. Okay.
Well, I haven't sat down and completely watched A Christmas Story.
No, that's a Christmas Eve movie,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's definitely my Christmas Eve tradition to come home from work at this point, to come home from work, put it on, watch it one way all the way through, and then let it play again as I fall asleep.
We did Batman Returns, which if you got to do that during the winter, it just pushes the winter further. Like it just does it.
I really think
Such a
that
good fucking movie.
Michelle Pfeiffer was robbed of a
Oh,
nomination
hell
for
yeah.
anything. She is, to me, the only Catwoman.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I love it.
Selena Kyle.
Oh God. So we also watched the Silent Night remake, which if you guys haven't seen it, it's really fucking good. It's the Silent Night, Deadly Night reboot of sorts. It's funny because you didn't even know that we were watching a Silent Night, Deadly Night
Yeah.
remake until the grandpa scene.
Oh yeah, I was like, wait, this we just watched this in another. I got so excited, and Stanley's just watching me with this grin, like, keep going, okay. And I was like, no, this is from the grandfather grabbed the kid and he sent this to him, the same exact thing. And like nobody believed the kid because the grandfather wasn't talking. What movie? Oh,
Yeah,
Silent.
and I was like, yeah, dude. Again, it's funny how that movie could really just stand alone if there was just some things that were left out. So
Yeah.
I think that that's a really well done reimagining. And if you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. Really, really good. Directed by Stephen C. Miller. It has Jamie King. I love Jamie King.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to show you Mother's Day. I know you saw the trailer.
Oh,
When
here
that
comes.
movie rolls around, we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. P2,
Yeah.
tense, fun little thrill ride.
I forgot about this movie, and when I watched it, it was like watching it all over again. That part with the car.
Oh God, it's exceptionally gory. I
Yeah.
forgot that the guy that directed it was the same guy who directed Maniac,
Oh.
and that movie is really, really fucking graphic. But dude, that Rachel Nichols is put through the fucking ringer.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that poor girl. And every time you think she's like almost out, she is not fucking out.
Nope. She's just digging herself deeper.
Okay. Well, I guess that's it for like a little bit of like, chores, I don't really have anything else to catch up on as far as my own personal life. I mean, it's the end of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, ching, yay. Oh, you guys, I just want to say that we have gotten so much love for our Wonderful Knife episode.
I know. And from who specifically is
And
like fucking
from
amazing.
the writer, Michael Kennedy, he is just resharing this, and
He's so humble and so genuine. It's so wonderful.
it's been so lovely. Yeah. So we really like that. Thank you, Michael,
Thank you, Michael.
for pumping us up and
You
making
know,
us feel good about that episode. Because that was a fun episode. That was a really good movie.
we're,
And
we're out here in Hollywood overlooking the Griffith Park right now and just doing our little podcast and appreciating the fact that you appreciated us.
yeah, whether you actually listened to it or not,
Yeah.
you saw it. And that's really cool.
And shared it.
Yeah, and the Happy Horror Time Boys just did an interview with him, and that was really good. And we just love that this movie is getting so much fucking love. And if you guys haven't seen this movie, go fucking watch it. Free plug for Shudder.
Watch it.
And
for
also
sure.
just go listen to our episode. We just hammed that movie up. We really, really like it. And we're just going to keep plugging it because it's so, so, so good. I thought it would be kind of fun, Alex, to throw some random trivia at you, but in a new
Oh, wait.
holiday edition. Holiday edition.
Let's go.
The Gory Gay
The Gory
edition.
Holiday edition.
Yes. So this is going to be kind of fun, I think, because it's in a way that our listeners haven't heard yet, and you don't know how it's going to be presented to you. So let me explain how I'm going to do this. Okay.
You can't get angry or frustrated when I don't know the answer.
Oh, you're in your defense, there's only going to be 3 or 4 questions.
Good.
All right. So let me explain to you how I'm going to do this.
But is that 3 or 4 questions you're going to put live, or 3 or 4 questions? Or you're actually going to ask me 10, but just cut up 3 of those?
Oh no, I'm just going to ask you 3. I'm going to keep it mellow, and then we're going to get into this movie because I'm really, really fucking excited to talk Black Christmas. Okay. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to read you a log line that I found off of the Internet Movie Database, and then I'm going to give you 5 movie titles, and you're going to have to name the appropriate movie title. You may or may not have seen this movie. It's going to be Christmas related, so it's a Christmas horror film. Got it?
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. So here is your
Watch me fail.
No. I think you might get 1 or 2. It's okay. There's only 3. I said there might be 4, but there's only 3. So, on a quiet suburban street, a babysitter must defend a 12-year-old boy from intruders, only to discover it's far from a normal home invasion. Does it sound familiar? Here are the movie titles.
Okay. Oh, that's what I was missing. I was like, wait.
Okay. Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, Jingle All the Way, Mrs. Krampus, Better Watch Out, Silent Night, Deadly Night 3.
Holy fuck. That's a lot of movies you just changed. Silent Night, Deadly Night?
No, it's Better Watch Out.
Okay. I don't think I've seen that one. No, I haven't seen that one.
We watched it.
We did?
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
It was the babysitter who was babysitting the 2 boys who are faking the home invasion.
That annoying ass movie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. With those kids, right? They're like really annoying.
Yeah.
The rich kids.
I love it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I totally forgot about that movie. It was just really annoying to me.
It's an acquired taste. No, that's fine. Okay, here's another one. A young man inadvertently breaks 3 important rules concerning his new pet and unleashes malevolently mischievous monsters on a small town. It's a Wonderful Knife, Santa's Sleigh, Santa Claus, Inside, Gremlins.
Gremlins.
Ding, ding, ding. All right. Okay. A mother must protect her family on Christmas Day from a demented stranger who is hell-bent on tearing them apart. Red Snow, Krampus, Don't Open Till Christmas, Black Christmas, Christmas Evil.
Krampus.
No, we just watched Krampus.
Just because she got all crazy at the end. When she's like, close the door. Don't go out. Close the door. So it's a mother defending her family.
Oh, you know what? No, but that one is Red Snow. But
I haven't watched Red Snow.
You haven't. So that's what I said. You might not have seen these movies. But it's funny because that is a very similar tagline to so many movies. And now that I'm looking at these, a lot of these taglines could be for so many different movies.
Honestly, they're all the same Deadly Night set.
Exactly. And I love it that I gave you the options: Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 3. And then your answer, Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Because why not?
I love it. So, okay, there you go. You got 1 out of 3,
One
right?
out of three. That's great.
And
Okay.
what's great is that you hadn't even seen one of the taglines.
Yeah. Okay.
Good for you.
That was better than
Good for
that three
you.
minute recap at over at Scotty's.
You know what? And even then, I think that you did so good. Those 3-minute recaps are no joke.
Nerve wracking as fuck, man. I was sweating as shit.
Racking. And again, guys, go check out our episode today with Fun with Horror. We had a really good time.
Yeah, and this was just because we did a movie that we couldn't rewatch again because we literally rented the movie. And we're like, okay,
Yeah. Yeah. And you know us, we like to watch our movies 500 times. Okay, guys. So, let's talk a little bit about, or a lot of it rather, about Black Christmas 1974. Okay, so the year is 1974. So I do want to say that Home for the Holidays did come out 2 years before this, and I feel like that kind of was a little bit of a like prelude, whatever, however you say the word, to this movie, right? Because this is considered like kind of one of the first slashers. And there was, of course, there was Psycho, and then there was Peeping Tom, and then there was Home for the Holidays, and then there was this. A lot of people really credit Halloween, but from 1978 being the one that started it all. But in my opinion, it was really this. Black Christmas was the one that did a lot of things first, and a lot of people don't really realize this. This was the first movie that did that did it well, I guess. The killer's point of view. This is the one that did the killer calling from the house, and I think that this movie doesn't really get, even to this day, the credit that it deserves. A lot of the credit ends up going to movies like Halloween or even the opening for When a Stranger Calls. And
the funny thing is because I had put that down on my notes, like, oh, like Mr. John Carpenter, we owe it all to him from, 74 to 78.
78.
He did the era, of the whole POV shots and blah, blah, blah. But then I'm like, no, like we've seen, like you mentioned, Home for the Holidays, and this particular film, which to me was like, you let me watch this movie by myself, and when you came back, you were like, what do you think? I was like, I can totally understand why you fucking love this movie, why you're so in love with it, because it's literally The Exorcist to slasher movies. Like, it's done so fucking well when you pay attention to it. Like, the cinematography and every single thing in detail is done so fucking well in this film. I literally sat there and I was like, wow, like, this is such a good movie, and I totally get it.
Yeah, and it's like, and it doesn't make it doesn't make it to where like Halloween or any of those movies that came after it are bad films, because of course Halloween is a perfect movie. Halloween is so perfect, and I love anything that comes after it. Those movies are still held in a really high regard, at least for me.
I think it was more like Halloween just set the aim for like a single person, being attacked by a killer, as opposed to like a sorority full of girls. And it was like the scarier part was that, like you're being chased alone by this fucking killer and he just won't stop until he gets you.
Yeah, and I think that this one, there was no real motivation and there was no real resolution once this movie wrapped up. And I think that was a big, scary factor for it as well. And it kind of just laid a foundation of sorts for movies like Halloween.
It's not the first one to do it.
Well, that, and it just loses a little bit of its original charm. Like, people think that it's so original, but we still love it.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking it down a peg, but I just want Black Christmas to get
had I not sat down and actually broke down this movie, like I just felt like, wow, like this movie is done. This is literally like the grandfather of the POV and that gross breathing that just kind of got on my nerves the entire time. But I liked it. I couldn't get enough of it. And then, like, say my Jason, when he's POVing, like he doesn't do that. Are there other slasher type movies too?
Yeah, it's just not like, if you were to watch this movie first and then watch those movies after, this is so much more effective.
Exactly what I'm trying to say. Yes.
I just think that people who have not seen this movie really need to see it and understand that it really absolutely came first and accomplished so much in much better ways.
And that it has a good filter like that.
Yeah. And that was one thing I really loved when I came home last night and you were just at the very end of it. And we'll get to the end of it. Seeing your face when that part came, I was like, oh, good. Because I think that part it holds up so well. And every time that I watch this movie, that part still scares the fucking shit out of me. And it's so simple and so quick, and but it's so fucking chilling. It's the whole movie for me. So I'm really, really excited to get to that part. We found out that this film was shot in 40 days, which I think is pretty stunning.
This was literally based on a real life true crime.
Oh, that's the I had read that it was based on a set of real life Canadian murders,
Yeah.
and that's as far as I dug.
Yeah. So specifically, it was one guy killed his mom and then went just on a killing spree after.
I wonder if that's what they got for the remake, because
Oh.
it was like a boy that.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Because I know they took some of the Ed Kemper stuff, the guy who killed his mother.
That movie makes me feel so fucking dirty. It's so gross. It's really good, but it makes me feel so dirty.
It's grimy.
Yeah.
It's a grimy piece of work. I also saw some Ted Bundy related stuff. And this movie went through a couple different titles. It went through Silent Night, Evil Night. But first it was titled Stop Me while it was in the writing process. It was titled Stop Me, then went to Silent Night, Evil Night. And then when it was released on TV, it was called Stranger in the House. And then I guess at one point, 2 weeks prior to it premiering on a Saturday night network premiere, there was a sorority house in Florida that was broken into, and there was two sorority sisters that were killed, and the killer ended up being Ted Bundy. That was the relation to the whole Ted Bundy thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So the fact that it was called Stranger in the House is rather convenient and ironic.
Yeah, totally.
And when you're scrolling through Tubi or something like that, you will still see that it's called Stranger in the House.
I like the Black Christmas title.
Oh, it's great. It's great. And I think that we should say that the director, Bob Clark, would later go on to direct my favorite Christmas film of all time, A Christmas Story. And it's such an interesting contrast.
Yeah, really.
Because you have one of the bleakest, most grim horror films, in my opinion, Black Christmas. And then you have one of the most joyous, most wonderful family-oriented Christmas films.
Well,
Although
that's the position of those two films
absolutely
alone, yeah.
And that movie is just and it has some eerie elements to it too. I mean, A Christmas Story is kind of weird.
Yeah, and you can see that filter that I was talking about, the way both of those movies are filmed, you can tell it's the same director because it kind of looks like the same foggy or like filtery type.
And then we were talking about that, how iMovie kind of has a similar filter called the Dream filter.
Yeah.
And no, it is. It's got a look to it. When I watch it, like I wish that I could have been alive when this movie was released in theaters. My mom was like 16 or 17 when this movie came out into theaters. And I just want to know what it was like to go to a movie on the weekend at that age and be like, hey, you want to go see Black Christmas? Or like, go out on a date and go see a new horror film. Like, I just feel like that would have been so fucking neat.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
This movie has a really fucking cool poster. I just want to throw that out there too. I think the poster is so fucking iconic with Claire's character with the plastic
like
over her mouth.
A bunch of them almost, but they're really all done really well. They just look like classic Christmas cards to me.
I love them.
This one specifically with the wreath, and like her with the rocking chair in the bag is really cool.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's a good idea for Christmas cards next year.
That is a really cool idea.
We should have plastic over our faces. That's kind of gross and cool. Oh gosh. Speaking of which, if you got our Christmas cards or holiday cards, whichever you want to call it, tag us.
Yeah, hashtag us.
Yeah. As far as critical response goes,
I'll throw some scores. How about
there you
that?
go, yeah.
So for Rotten Tomatoes, we do have 73%, which is really good.
I mean, for a slasher movie, yes. I think that's kind of low for how...
Yeah, for the old and like for me to have just seen it in 2023 it should have a little bit more...
I feel like it's an important movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It should be a little bit higher.
Yeah. And then we have an audience score of 76%.
Mm-hmm.
I found a Metacritic score for 65.
I mean, it has generally favorable reviews. I mean, this is hailed by horror fans. Horror fans really, really love this movie.
And this has literally been popping up on my feed, like on my Instagram feed all day long since maybe last week. Like, Black Christmas, Black Christmas, watch it, like from everybody. It's
a Christmas staple. It's funny because we had mentioned Siskel and Ebert, I think once ever, and that was in our single white female episode. And that was the one good review I think that they probably ever gave any movie we will ever go on to review in our career as the Gory Gays. For instance, Gene Siskel gave this movie 1.5 stars out of 4, and he called it a routine shocker that is notable only for indicating the kind of junk roles that talented actresses are forced to play in the movies. And I would like to say that all the actresses in this movie do really, really fine fucking work. Man, oh man.
They
Like, I
honestly
think,
do. Like even playing just drunk. Like how the fuck do you play drunk? She does it so well.
I mean, Margot Kidder is a fucking revelation. We'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Alex, why don't you tell us a little bit about the people in the things?
Under the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I love
yes,
it. The people. Tell us about the people under the stairs. I love that. I love
direct.
that a lot.
Oh,
Tell us about the people under the stairs.
can we move on from the people under the stairs?
No.
He's in love with it. He's literally writing it down.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Okay, so directed by Bob Clark, since we already mentioned.
He also produced it.
He also produced it. Ooh,
Yes.
look at him. Okay, we have our final girl, Olivia Hussey.
Ooh, spoiler.
Which can I just throw in there? Is she our first final girl with Latino descent?
Well, she's Argentinian.
Yeah,
Is that Latino?
that classifies for Latino. Yes.
Everyone, we have our educator,
Yes, thank you guys.
Senor
Now the
Marquez.
next name I couldn't really mention the next. I can't really mention it. I can't really pronounce the next name, but it's like I think it's Keir Dulay.
Oh, Dulé, I think.
Yeah, right. Keir Dulay.
Who knows?
Yeah.
He was in 2001: A Space Odyssey, which I've never seen, but I just know that.
And then we got our very own Lois Lane, Margot Kidder.
Mm,
We have John Saxon, our little eye candy for the movie, if you will.
Daddy Saxon.
Also, he's just so Zac Efron to me. It's so weird.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just see like a lot of Zac Efron. Like if they ever remade this movie, cast Zac Efron, it'd be great.
Oh my God, you guys. You heard it here. Well, maybe not here first, but I feel like that this is
The
like,
Gory Gays gave it to you first.
yeah, we're casting Zac Efron in our remake of Black Christmas.
And then we have Andrea Martin and also Lynn Griffin.
Mm.
So written by Roy Moore, which I think took inspiration from Babysitter and The Man Upstairs. I
Yeah,
believe this is
yeah, that urban legend. Another plug for us. Go listen to our urban legend episode,
Let's
bitches.
go. Music by Carl Zitterer.
Mm. We'll talk about the
What
music.
is going on? What happened?
No, go ahead.
Okay. You're talking about the music?
No, we'll talk about it.
Okay. Released October 11th, 1974 in Canada. Then in the US on December 20th, 1974.
I'm gonna interrupt you because that also was the same day that Scream was released in theaters in 1996.
Oh, you're so right. It was just recently its birthday.
Baby,
Happy
yes.
birthday, Scream.
Happy birthday, Black Christmas.
Happy birthday, Black Christmas.
Love it.
74, not 05, not 06, not 23, 74.
Krampus.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. That's all we have for who stars in our movie here. It's a small cast and they're all in one house and we watch them die.
Yeah, I want to say something about Margot Kidder real quick. I love her in this movie.
Mhm.
And Ryan Coe and I met her at a Monsterpalooza convention quite a few years ago. And she was just so lovely.
She has like that mom's friend vibe or like an aunt.
Yeah,
And she's just so cool.
she seemed a little kooky, but she was so mellow and she was so nice to Ryan. You know, we didn't have any money and we were both a little inebriated, and I think she was too. Kind of like
She's
her
all- yeah,
character.
in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. And but I just wanted to throw that out there that she was just so fucking sweet. And I just will always take that with me. I've probably told that story before, but also Merry Christmas, Ryan.
Merry Christmas.
And I wanted to say something about the music. Fuck you, Sentinel Vinyl Records, you terrible piece of shit company. I had ordered the Black Christmas vinyl for myself as a Christmas present the day of Black Friday, and they still haven't shipped it. And I've disputed it with my credit card company. I've disputed it with them. They have not responded to me. So I'm gonna hashtag these motherfuckers, and I'm
Give my
not
fucking money or my damn record back.
I'm not happy, but I do love the music. The music is fucking phenomenal.
Let's go bang on a piano.
Yeah, dude, I'm not happy about that. I think that we should discuss the budget. The budget was 686,000 and it grossed 1.3 million Canadian. I think
That's
this was
crazy.
Canadian dollars, yeah. But I also found on IMDb that as the budget was 620,000. No, I'm sorry. That the budget was 620,000, that it grossed 4 million at the box office. By today's standard, that would have been a 3 million budget and that it would have grossed 21 million at the box office. So it turned a $6.5 million profit or something. I don't know. I'm so bad at math. I'm such an idiot. I mean, this movie has a lot. This movie had a lot of stuff going for it. It was one of the first movies as well that introduced like a super feminine hero, basically, that was like strong in her platform and didn't need a man type of shit, and was the whole abortion storyline that we'll get into. There's a lot of strong storyline stuff that a lot of people weren't ready for. And even now watching it, I still get surprised by some stuff like those phone calls.
Oh my gosh, those phone calls will haunt me. I could not watch this movie by myself at all in the dark. Fuck no. Not with those voices pumping out of the TV like that. Hell no.
It is just something else, man.
It's just what it's saying, like the voices. There's so many of them, and this is just one person.
Oh, I don't know. It's so funny because one of the characters even says, "How can that be one person?" And Margot Kidder says, "Oh, he's expanded his act." Like it's so interesting because in the remake, they obviously give the voice an entire backstory. It's so fucking over the top. It's outrageous. But in this movie, there's nothing but a voice. Like obviously we have a killer, but we don't get any solution. We don't get anything except it is what it is. And there's nothing more frightening than that, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. Well, then that, and then we see the actual iconic eye.
Oh my God.
So that would freak me out so bad at night. If I was watching this fucking movie alone, I would not.
Yeah.
If I didn't know like what this movie was, honestly, like if I just played it like what the fuck's up with this Black Christmas movie was talking about, and just I would get so freaked out.
It's so scary, you guys. I'm gonna recommend that those who haven't seen this, or even if you are gonna watch this anytime soon, watch it with the subtitles on, specifically for the phone calls, because you need to see what this character is saying to these women.
The phone call alone is just so scary and horrifying and gross.
Yeah, and I should say right now that apparently the director, he filmed the scenes prior without the profane dialogue. He wanted to get the girls' reactions first, but he didn't want to shock them with the dialogue that they were going to use for the scene. So he later recorded the dialogue afterward, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And also like a respect type of thing. That was kind of cool for that, like for him to consider that.
Yeah, so like they have like these really quiet reactions to what they're hearing, but at the same time they're not hearing what these calls are actually.
Yeah, but the reactions are super on point.
Yeah, it's quite shocking. So I think that we should probably just get into this movie.
Aren't we in it?
I mean, we're in it. I think that we should unwrap it and get a little bleak. And by bleak, I mean black. Let's celebrate this Black Christmas, baby. Black Christmas goes like this.
My mother's taking a place up at Mont Holly's. Anyone else want to come?
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Great. How about you, Claire?
No thanks, Barb. I've made some other plans.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring.
Mom, hang on, I can't hear you. No, we're just having a little party.
Now the
Hey, quiet! It's him again!
jingle bell rock.
Listen, you pervert, why don't you go over to Lambekai? They could use a little of this.
Jingle bells square in the frosty air.
I was supposed to meet my daughter here. Her name's Claire Harrison. Do you know her?
I'm sure you'll find her at the fraternity house.
Have you seen Claire today? No one knows where she is.
No, not since last night.
Hello? Hello?
Some of the girls are over here today, but I haven't seen Claire.
Well, what the hell are you planning to do about it?
90% of the time, girls are reported missing from the college. They're at a cabin somewhere with a boyfriend.
A high school girl's been murdered.
Claude? Claude? Claude?
Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meet and the poor.
I really don't think it could be Peter.
Well, he's obviously upset about something. I'd like to talk to him. Can you tell me where I might reach him?
The caller is in the house.
Come on, this is a sorority house, not a convent.
Are you up there?
Jess?
You can't rape a townie.
And I'm going to say, let's go back to the beginning, because for me, this is the beginning. And also, I love the opening titles. I'm going to say that first.
Oh my gosh, super traditional. I love the writing on this. Yes.
Yeah, we open on a big sorority house, and Silent Night plays in the background. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Any movie that plays this song or has someone singing this song or anything is horrific. Anyway, I just wanted
It's
to
the
put that out
perfect
there.
contrast between good and evil because you know what's going to happen. Like something so silent, like when, you know, Jesus was born and it's such a silent night and it's so quiet and everything's peaceful. And, you know, the goriest of all gory shit is just about to happen. Have you ever noticed, like, the faster the song plays at the intro of a film, the gorier the film's going to be. And, like, the slower the song is at the intro, it's always like a less type gory kill.
You know, I never really paid a lot of attention to that, but that's a really good...
Like, if the music's like jingly, you know, it's gonna like just fucking be full on gore at the beginning of the film.
And that's a really good notation between this movie and the 2006 remake.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
and this movie is definitely a slow burn, you guys. Like, this movie is probably an hour and 40 minutes or so. It takes its time. Y'all are in for a ride. Yeah, so we get like the whole opening credits against this beautiful dark house that is lit up with Christmas lights. There's a party going on inside, and there's snow. It's Christmas time, and this house is beautiful.
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
feels like Christmas. You can tell the vibe. Like it just feels like warm inside. Everybody has their little cups of eggnog and they're celebrating, telling stories, jokes. It's a good time.
yeah, it's really nice. A girl enters the sorority house. There's a Christmas party happening inside. We're in the perspective of a heavily breathing person. And this is right off the bat. So whoever this is approaches the home. He's grunting. Inside, we're introduced to a slew of sorority sisters, including, but not limited to, Barb, played by Margot Kidder, who is already drunk. And also there is a note floating around somewhere that apparently Margot Kidder really drank the entire time.
Yeah, really.
So every time that she was drinking alcohol on film, she's actually drinking real alcohol.
Oh, wow.
So I thought that was a fun little fact.
Gee, Mickey Rooney, that shit.
Oh, yeah, baby. Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 5.
Margot.
Go listen to it. 6 weeks of holiday horror, guys. We should also mention that this is the final entry in our 6 weeks of holiday horror.
Have we made it? Are we final girls?
That was it. We are the final girl support group.
What's up?
Okay. So Phyllis, played by Andrea Martin, and Jess, played by Olivia Hussey, are the other two girls worth mentioning. Barb receives a call from her mother who tells her that she will not be visiting with her for the holiday. Do you want to do the infamous greeting?
No, I can't do that. That actually hurts my throat.
Oh my God. The way this girl answers the phone is the most hysterical thing.
What is the need to answer the phone like that?
I don't even think that
The storm is outside.
Yeah, I think we might have to do like an entire separate recording of this to edit it in, because I don't even think the microphone will pick it up the way that we want it to. So
also, she does that every time she answers a phone, not just during this intro.
Oh, it's very aggressive. I don't know it's her heritage or what, but she is very, and it's every fucking phone call. Did you notice?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're
Scratch that out.
he can say that.
I can't.
But it's so funny because later on when she's on the phone too, she's talking to the operator and she's like, "No, I'll only hold for a moment." And it's like,
who are you?
Yeah, bitch? Like who?
You're a sorority girl, bro.
Yeah, like who made you queen of the telephone? You're really good at it. So outside, the grunting person has climbed the wall and entered the attic of the house. He's
It's Barbara Mack.
It is.
Oh shit. Fucking trying to find another bottle.
I love it. Okay. I think we could probably just call this guy Billy.
Yeah.
Right? Because I mean, essentially this is I would say that this is Billy. I mean, or we can call him the Moaner.
Yeah, because you were saying that the name is Billy, but we really don't know his name is Billy, right?
We don't, because he's talking to a Billy. And he's talking to an Agnes, and he's talking to Mommy. Like
he mentions these names, and we just go by. He just keeps saying Billy, and we're like, it's just Billy on the phone.
We don't know anything about this person.
Yeah.
And so I want to call him Billy because of the 2006 remake and what it has permeated my brain with. So maybe we shouldn't call him Billy. Maybe we should just call him the Moaner. because that is what the girls call him.
It's the Mona.
It's the Mona.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they call him. I'm gonna let you do her voice because you do it really fucking good. Jesus Christ. Everybody, we have Olivia Hussey in the house.
Hello.
He's so good at
Pardon.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was loud.
Oh, I love it. So outside, the grunting person, or the moaner, has
Barbara Mack.
Barbara Mack, has climbed the wall like Spider-Man and entered the attic of the house. He's now inside. Quick and easy, he opens the attic door and sneaks down as Barb continues to talk to her mother. And real quick, it's amazing and frightening just how quick and easy and quiet this guy has snuck into this sorority house.
Yeah, really. Well, mind you, there's so much commotion going on downstairs as well.
Yeah, and that's another thing is there's always something happening like within the sorority house. So this guy is able to maneuver.
So technically, that's why she answered the phone the way she did. Because, you know, during Christmas, the house is super loud. And I mean, not, you know, you can't really hear what's going on upstairs.
Oh, I don't care. It's unforgivable.
Yeah.
She's a fucking bitch.
Yeah. Pardon?
Yeah. Like I would not be friends with Jess if she lived in the sorority house.
I know.
No, I mean, as much as I love her, like, and I totally stand with her as a character. Like, God, no one.
She's a goody two shoes.
They should not let her answer this phone.
Yeah.
So Claire, played by Lynn Griffin, kisses her boyfriend Chris goodnight. Chris is played by Art Hendel. I might have that name wrong, but I have it written down later. Barb invites the other girls skiing. Jess and Phil agree as they realize their friend is drunk and sad because the holidays.
Oh, gosh.
The phone rings and Jess answers again. It's the Mona. All the girls gather around to listen as the caller makes terrible, horrific noises on the other end, but apparently this is nothing new. He says things like, "Let me lick it,"
Like, that's so nasty.
while laughing and screaming
You can suck it.
and talking like a baby simultaneously. He snorts. It's really horrifying. And he also uses the word cunt repeatedly. And I mean, trigger warning for those who don't like that word, but this is an early example, I guess, of a large mainstream film that contains that word.
Yeah,
And
he literally makes Reagan over there in Washington, Georgetown seem like a fucking angel.
yeah, and this word was cut out for the United Kingdom release because it's used a lot in this movie. And I really love the way that the camera shows the faces of all the girls. Like, it does a lot of panning, you know. And Home for the Holidays did this a lot too. Elizabeth Morgan is up on the stairs, you know, you remember? And then the camera is looking at Sally Field.
I love that.
And Eleanor Parker and everything.
It's bouncing just throughout, even like the height of the woman. Like, it's not just one single camera pan. It's like it goes up the height to the women, then back down, then up again.
And it shows all the girls. And I love that. Did you ever prank call anyone when you were a kid?
Did I? That was me. Suck it. No, I actually did. And then they called back. And they're like, "We know who you are. We know your name. We know where you live." And I was freaked the fuck out. I ran to my backyard and I hid in a corner and I just like sat there for hours. Nobody ever came.
That's horrifying.
It was a little worse.
Yeah, Sarah Buck and I used to prank call a number that was just one digit off of my own home phone number. And they would always let the baby, I say baby, but it was probably like a 4 or 5 year old. They would always let the child answer the phone. And they would always hand the phone off to the dad. And then the dad would always be like, "Fuck you, man." Like, I'm probably going to edit this out.
But why are they like feeding into it too?
They fed into it every single time. And we did it all the time.
It was a thing to do back then. Like,
it was
like
like
lines, crank calls.
It was a 3-way call attack. We did it all the fucking time.
Say your name.
So
Alex.
And I also used to do this thing where I would call somebody and then I would go, "You have a collect call from Stanley. To accept this call, please press 1." And the person would always press 1. And then I would be like, "Fucking idiot."
I do that to our store. People call before we open and I mention the name of our store. And I'm like, first I say, "Thank you for calling." And then they're like, "Hi, yes." And I'm like, "We will not be open until 10 a.m. Please call back during our business hours. We will be, you know," it's not like a recording. And I just like let them go. And they're like, "Hi, yes, I'm just want," and I'm like, "We won't be open until 10 a.m. Please call back." And I'm like literally on the phone.
It's so fucking good. Okay, yeah, I love that. I'm glad. I mean, I know that prank calls are literally like such a common thing, like whether it's in the past or now. I'm sure people still get off on it now. I mean, watch Happiness, guys.
I don't know. There's data rates that apply now, bro.
Oh, shit.
I don't know.
I guess you're right. Well, yeah, I love Margot Kidder here. And the way the caller ends, or the moaner ends with, "I'm going to kill you."
So, because she kept on egging him on. Like, he was cool and chill until she's like, "Oh, yeah, he's like, blah, blah, blah," just fucking egging him on. And then he says, I'm going to kill you. And then they hung up. They're like, oh shit, this guy's serious.
Yeah, and that's how. And then Claire's like, you shouldn't provoke him.
Yeah.
Again, you guys, Halloween.
Yep.
Annie, they think that Annie might have done
yeah.
this first. Hey, jerk, speed kills. You shouldn't provoke someone like that, Barb.
Mm-hmm.
They did a lot of I don't know. Don't want to say they're stealing.
Maybe
but
you should date him. Oh.
yeah, everybody does a little bit of pocket digging, if you ask me, in the early 70s. But
and it all goes back to fucking Pet Sematary. Oh shit.
You know what? When it comes to the part when the cat is hit by the car later,
Oh, that's
and
gross.
then they bury him in the Christmas tree farm, but we'll get to that part.
What? That did not happen.
So Claire mentions how a townie girl was raped a couple of weeks ago and how a caller like that should not be provoked. Claire leaves to her room to pack. Jess tries to defend Barb's drunken behavior, but Claire goes to her room anyway. And we're introduced to Mrs. Mack, the house mother, played by Marianne Waldman.
Here she comes, everybody make way.
Now, everyone loves this woman, but I'm not fucking huge on her.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, I get the appeal, I guess, like, because it's like the comic relief.
She's literally like that drunk person that's just like sweaty and like breathing on you and like just reeks of fucking last night's vodka.
You can literally smell the booze on her.
And then puts like perfume on top of that.
Yeah, I'm not big on it. And the fact that she is just hiding booze everywhere. Like,
every single where.
I just didn't think it was funny. Like, I guess I like the character, but I don't love that she's just hiding alcohol.
Do they tell us why she's
place.
always drunk?
I mean, probably because she just has to deal with a bunch of crazy young...
She's not a survivor of the past, is she?
I don't think so. There is no past in this movie.
We need a prequel. What the fuck was she doing in the house?
I just don't care enough about her. Like, she's my weak point for the film. Like,
she's Agnes. The antagonist.
Agnes the antagonist. Yeah, so Claire is upstairs packing. There's a house kitty up there with her who is subsequently killed and buried in the pet cemetery. And we pan in on the closet. We know immediately that someone is in there. This scene is executed so fucking well. Do you want to explain to us what happens with Claire's death?
Oh no. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, the camera's really cool because it puts us in the killer's like POV, which is inside of the closet. And he's literally looking at Claire through the closet, through the bag. Claire's looking for her cat, Claude. Claude?
Oh, Claude, thank you.
Is that you, puss? Claude, is that you? So technically she goes all the way into the closet. She can't find Claude. And then as soon as she turns her back, we see the plastic bag go over her head and just strangle her.
So
to death.
Fucking.
Nobody's hearing this, mind you, because the commotion's going on downstairs. At the same time, Miss Mac downstairs is opening up her what did she get, lingerie?
Oh, she gets like a moo or something.
It's funny. This is what she's telling the girl. She's like, I'll get enough use out of this than a chastity belt. As this is going on upstairs. I thought that was just so funny that they just threw that in there while somebody's getting killed up there. She's opening this lingerie piece. I'm like, what the fuck?
She's so foul.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And so while this is happening, while what you just mentioned is happening, the killer takes Claire up to the attic. This is really gruesome. I mean, there's no blood in this suffocation. And the way that this is filmed, like, she is straight up we watch this girl get the fucking life sucked out of her. It's really gruesome.
It's literally like what scared us as kids. Plastic bags were scary.
And they are. And again, this is what makes the movie poster. This is, I mean, not yet. Like, where she ends up is what makes the movie poster.
So this is a killing tool now, right?
Yeah. So this is, well, at least
wait,
for her, because
you get it. Yeah.
A lot of people die in this movie.
Yeah.
And if they do die, the deaths are spread out pretty far and few between.
Yeah.
But in the remake, the plastic bag thing is done to death.
So it's pretty dope because the movie's basically more of a somebody's killed and gone missing and now we have to find them.
It's very much a mystery.
Yeah.
It's very much a murder mystery for the first good hour and 15 minutes.
Like, he's just satisfied with one person. He's not looking to kill everybody.
And I don't even know if it's like a satisfaction. I think it's just like, do we even know? You know, like, do we even know, like, what is happening? Like, it's just like a pure, like, insanity type of thing, because, like, we literally have absolutely no backstory on this character. We just have, like, an absolute batshit crazy person that is snuck into the attic and has decided to start killing girls inside this house.
It's like his drug or his sex or his something that just gives him
Yeah, like there might be some sort of like erotic thrill that he's getting out of it. But like the temper tantrums that he throws at like one point, and then like the doll that he puts inside of.
Well, I do that when I can't get it.
It's very true. You guys, this one turns into a little baby bunting as well.
Until I get it.
Until he gets it. And then he's fine.
Yeah.
Gory game.
Gory game. Sorry, that's too much.
I love it. BRB. I'm kidding.
I know, right? Where's that carrot?
Oh no. Go listen to our Jack Frost episode. I think we need to plug every single 6 weeks of horror.
I think we've
holiday
been doing
horror episode.
We've been doing really good.
Okay, but it has to be organic.
It's just we're picking films without even knowing it that always coincide with what we've done, and it's just self plugs.
I love this.
Could throw you a little killer clown right now.
Okay, so the killer takes Claire up into the attic. And the way that we don't see him take her, but only the shadow of it, is so fucking bonkers.
Mm-hmm. I really do enjoy that.
Yeah. Mrs. Mack sends the girls to bed and finds a bottle of booze she has hidden in a bookshelf. Fucking gross.
I just can't with her, dude. Like, it's just too much alcohol.
I just don't get it. Like, it's just like she has booze hidden everywhere. Like, she has it hidden in the toilet. She has it hidden in her closet, which I guess I get.
Her mouth with it.
Oh my God, while she's brushing her teeth.
What is wrong with you?
It's insane. So the phone rings again, and Phil answers it. It's him, or Peter, Jess's boyfriend, played by Keir Delua. Did we decide his last name? Him, as she calls him.
Yeah.
He's a very tired pianist, and he's been rehearsing for a recital, and she wants to have an important conversation with him tomorrow. He loves her. She isn't sure. And we love some Lifetime drama. And at Christmas.
I know.
Yes.
The holidays for sure.
So we already know that something's up, that this is like the relationship conflict that we're going to get for the film. So and oddly enough, like it's actually really, really good. So we're going to get really invested here in just a minute. Yeah. Also, I just want to throw it out there that all the Mrs. Mack stuff just makes me happy not to be drinking.
Oh, thank you. Cause I cannot, like, I'm glad that my body doesn't even shake for her anymore. It's just like, girl, can you stop? Like, it's just so bad.
Yeah. Like, to each their own, but like this woman is always wasted. And I mean, I'm sure like in the 70s, it was probably a different thing. Like, yeah. I bet like the alcohol volume has gone up.
And she's like mixing it.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what the fuck she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So Jess goes to Claire's room to check on her, but doesn't get an answer, obviously. And that's because she has been propped on a rocking chair upstairs in the attic.
I was going to say she's wrapped up.
Yeah, baby. Oh, she is wrapped up.
Can't get to the door because she's wrapped up.
Like a Christmas gift. And that is the poster that we were talking about. That is the front and center image you see on the posters.
Yeah.
The killer is singing Little Baby Bunting to her corpse. And this is where we first hear the name Agnes.
Yeah, I like this shot, like from the window. We know when they're getting in the car.
Oh yeah.
And then they pan the camera over to Claire's reveal, like her actual, like, you know, the plastic, and she's like at the window. That's so fucking amazing. It's so iconic. It's great.
It's really, really good. There's so much masterful stuff that's done in this movie that just works so well, and it's so spooky. I think that all the Christmas stuff incorporated just makes it all the better.
Yeah, even the attic was great.
Oh, the attic's my favorite part. Like, and I think that the Claire stuff is probably some of the best stuff in it.
Yeah.
So like there's the eye stuff that we'll get to, and then the Claire stuff. So Claire's father waits for her the next morning. He's played by James Edmond. And they really paint this guy as someone you feel bad for.
Yeah, really.
You know, he gets hit in the face with a snowball, you know, like, and he like picks up his glasses and he's like on his hands and knees, like
looking to deal with Miss Mac,
looking for his glasses. And like, this is the guy that has to deal with Mrs. Mac for the majority of the rest of the first part of the movie.
Yeah.
The kid that hits him in the face with the snowball tells him that he can find Claire at Pi Kappa Sig. And Mr. Harrison, Claire's father, goes to the sorority house and looks for her. Mrs. Mack goes out of her way to hide things to offend him. You have the John and Yoko poster on the wall. You have like the old lady flipping off the camera.
I love that. I want that as a bathroom poster. That is so cool to me.
You really love that poster.
Flipping off.
You were like cackling.
Uh-huh. You like, I love that poster. Look at it. Look at it. Did you see it? Did you see it?
It's so funny. So while Mrs. Mack talks to herself in the mirror, she hears the house kitty, Claude, meowing from somewhere in the house.
Here, puss.
He is in the attic with Claire's corpse, of course.
Ooh.
At the music conservatory, we meet Peter. We finally see his face. Jess is with him, and she tells him that she is pregnant and is going to have an abortion, something he doesn't want. He wants her to have the baby. Now, this is an interesting conversation. So the man wants to have the baby, and the woman does not.
Oh,
Yeah.
you think so?
So it's very interesting. And like the early 70s.
But you got to remember she's in college and she's in a sorority and she's like getting her life started.
Well, yeah, like, and she's very adamant to have
And
an
also,
abortion.
that was an option back then. So like the mentality of it all was just different.
Yeah, it really was. And she thought it out very carefully, but he like gaslights her. She's chosen a really shitty time to tell him about this. He's about to have a really important recital that makes or breaks his future. He's been up for 3 days. He hasn't slept.
I love how this conversation starts too from the view of the window, like below, and then they're just like talking up there, and like the camera just starts going up to the window.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the room that they're in.
Oh, it's good. And from the very beginning, we paint, the writer rather paints Peter as a red herring, and we are going to think that Peter is involved with this somehow in some way or another for the rest of the movie until the end. And I think they do that very well. So yeah, he asks to visit with her later so they can talk more about this, and she agrees. Back at the sorority house, Barb is fucking wasted, and Mr. Harrison is still on the lookout for Claire. Jess receives a phone call. Alex.
What?
Hello.
Oh.
Hello. It's the Mona.
Yeah.
And we got our first Billy.
Yeah.
And then we get all the really fucked up, like, this is where, like, it starts. So you get, like, the, where did you put the baby? You get the, where did you put Agnes? Again, we don't know what is happening. We don't know who this caller is.
Yeah.
So
we get Barb over there giving a kid fucking alcohol and shit.
That's right. Yeah. Barb has been giving children, underage children booze, elsewhere. And we also want to know who is Billy and who is Agnes.
Yeah.
And I think that this is where the remake fucked up. I mean, it's just a lot scarier when you don't know who any of these people are. The fact that they gave Billy and Agnes such important roles in the 2006 version, it just kind of like deteriorates the fright factor and the bleakness. You know what I mean?
Mainly just watch this one and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, the other one's fun, but also I love Piggy Cunt. I think that's so good. Did you catch the Bedford thing?
The Bedford thing? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because it's the Bedford Police Department. Bedford Falls is from It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, no way. Seriously?
Yeah.
I didn't even catch this.
Listen to our It's a Wonderful Life episode.
That's really cool.
At the Bedford Police Department, Phil and Barb and Mr. Harrison are there to make a report, and Barb gives the fellatio exchange to Nash, who is played by Doug McGrath. These little sidebars are fun.
Yeah.
The fellatio thing, I don't even know how to explain. It's like Canada has weird numbers, you know what I mean? And I think they used to do JKL or 555 to dial a number, you know, the first 3 digits of a phone number. So she gives him the first 3 letters of fellatio for a phone number to contact her. Doug McGrath, his character is a fucking moron. So anyway, back at the house, Jess informs Mrs. Mack about the harassing phone calls. She then goes to the hockey rink to find Claire's boyfriend, Chris, who also hasn't seen Claire since last night. We're back at the station. A woman, Mrs. Quaife, explains to John Saxon that her daughter is missing. John Saxon plays Ken Fuller, I think is what his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody should recognize John Saxon from A Nightmare on Elm Street, from Tenebrae, from a lot. This guy has been around since the beginning of time. He is a very attractive man. He's so handsome, and he lived to be 1,000 years old, acted until the end. I mean, he has acted with Clint Eastwood. He has acted with so many talented directors, and he's a big part of this movie. What did you think of this guy's performance? Have you seen him in anything else outside of A Nightmare on Elm Street?
No. Besides those films, yeah, that's all I've seen him in.
Okay, yeah, we need to watch Tenebrae. And do you think he's attractive?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
because a lot of people in the gay community call him Daddy Saxon.
No, yeah, he's definitely like very attractive man.
Yeah, I love that. Chris and Jess show up and ask why nothing is being done about Claire. Ken agrees to do more. And back at the house, Mrs. Mack is being very hospitable to Mr. Harrison. Barb is wasted, talking about a certain species of turtles that fuck for 3 days nonstop.
For 24 hours.
Did we ever find out what these turtles are?
I have no idea. She's probably wasted.
And I think that she's giving us so much.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't think that she ever got enough credit for this particular performance. Like,
She's
people
like-
always, like, you introduced her as Lois Lane. Like, people really know her as that, and they know her from, like, the Amityville Horror. I think that this is, and it's an early performance, but it's a really, really good one.
I don't know how she, like, people that just, like, act drunk is fucking amazing to me.
And I think
she does it well.
She does a really good job. And I think that Phil's delivery of the "you're drunk, Barb, go to bed," I think that's really fucking good. Like, people who have had enough of like drunk people, like, she displays that really good.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like, when you exhaust people because you're so wasted and they're not, and you're like, and especially when with shit going on.
yeah, like, the holidays suck for some people.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be around the right people. And sometimes there are people who fucking drain you. And Barb, I can totally see, especially from this performance, as someone who really does that to you.
Yeah, she's one of those, like, that would ask a question, just stare at you till you answer her, and she's just staring, stabbing those drunk eyes at you. And it's like,
Yeah.
get away from me.
And when she's like, "You guys think it's my fault, don't you? You're all looking at me like it's my fault." Like,
she's in her own head now.
yeah, and it sucks. It sucks to be in that mind space.
Yeah.
So over at the music conservatory, Peter,
Well, he beat her.
I guess, Peter beats the shit out of the piano. I think we forgot to mention that he failed his recital thing.
Yeah.
This noise is used a bunch of key times later. Like, so in, like, really important suspenseful moments where we think or we know something really scary is on the horizon. This yeah. Do it again. Yeah, that comes into play. It's really, really effective.
So it's just him. What does he grab? The bench or the lamp?
I think it's the music stand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the end of the music stand.
Yeah. And he's bashing into the piano.
And again, we really want Peter to be the killer. Like, it's etched into our soul the entire movie. I mean, mine, anyway. And what do you think of that red wreath on the door? Like, do you think that that's, like, emphasized for like any particular reason? Like, I think that it's so it's there for some reason. I don't know why.
To remind us of blood.
Maybe. Like, it's really symbolic. Like, it reminds me of, like, I don't know, like, all that abortion stuff, all that,
Yeah, like
all the, I don't know, I don't want to, like, get too,
blood is in somebody's hands. Like,
yeah,
blood is somewhere.
blood on the hand.
Yeah.
I like that. So Jess and Chris come home and invite Phil and Mr. Harrison to go on a search and rescue mission for the missing girl and Claire, hoping to find Claire along the way. Mrs. Mack says she will be gone to her sister's by the time she gets back. While they're out, Mrs. Mack goes into the attic to look for Claude and is hook, lined, and sinkered by the killer when she finds Claire's body instead. This is really scary.
This is like the fucking Claude's getting everybody killed. She's like, Claude, I'm gonna have you fixed.
And how her body is just dragged up, and like the noises that are made. And again, like, you guys, this movie is not very bloody. There is some blood, but like in this scene, there isn't. Like,
the way that they're dragged, it looks like they don't weigh shit. But I love the way that they angled the legs, like he's just pulling something heavy, and it lets you know, like, he's really fucking doing his job, and he's doing the work to get these fucking bodies to where he wants to take them.
Yeah, and like, we don't need anything else. Like, and you can't necessarily hear him, but you can almost hear his anticipation. Like, he's like horny to fucking kill these women.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, and the lighting in this attic is everything. Like, it's so fucking good. And I will say that I personally dig the way that they stick to just like really just one prime location for this movie. You know, like, if we're not at the house, we're at the police station. If we're not at the police station, we go maybe to the woods just once.
It was nuts. I feel like they spent a lot of money for just these 2-3 locations.
Yeah, no, they do what they do with them very well.
But then again, the cast is fucking amazing.
And also, should we talk about the infantile temper tantrum that he throws after killing Mrs. Mack?
That is, yeah. I mean, it's a good one though. It builds up because, you know, now he's getting more angry and frustrated. Like,
yeah, this is comparable to me every moment of my life.
Here we go. This was not a shock to me. I was comfortable here.
Yeah. The imagery of Claire and Mrs. Mack in the window also, and we'll get this again, but every time they use this, which is, you know, just a handful of times, is really, really good. So the daughter of Mrs. Quape is found during the search and rescue. We don't see her, but judging by everyone's reactions, it's not a pretty picture. Jess returns home and answers the ringing phone. It's the moaner with another disturbing phone call, saying things like, "Help me, please stop. Oh God, please help me. Filthy Billy, I know what you did, Billy. Stupid Billy, Billy, Billy." Not a lot to it, but
a lot of Billy.
the way that it's done, again, so she calls the operator and she wants to know what can be done. And this is again where this entitled bitch, she's like, "I'll only hold for a moment."
Who is she?
You're the one that wants help.
Yeah.
Like, shut your mouth and hold. Peter shows up and he confronts Jess. He's been upstairs sleeping. He let himself in. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
this guy's like, he's got red flag written all over him.
Honestly, yes.
Kelly Clarkson wrote so many songs about him.
Take the towels, baby.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to fight about her womanly rights now. And I love that the writers didn't even mean for this to be a thing, but here it is. And it's like actually really great. It's like they want us to fucking hate this guy. Like he tells her that he's going to leave the conservatory, that they're going to keep this motherfucking baby. And he literally says to her, "You're not aborting this baby. You're going to be sorry." And that they're going to get married. Like he's delusional.
Yeah, he really is.
Every close-up that they use for Olivia Hussey is so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how she is like, she keeps her cool and they don't like write her to be like a shrill fucking stupid girl.
She's
like
setting the footprint and it's building up.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's so like, I love how she's like, be realistic. Like I want to have a life. Like you're not going to do this. Like,
Mhm.
you know, let's be real here. And then
Oh yeah.
he says you're treating this like you're gonna have a wart removed.
Uh-huh.
And it's really horrific, but like that's something that's going to come back into play later. Again, like the close-ups that they do on Olivia Hussey are just so fucking good. And a lot of people don't realize, and you've already mentioned it, that this is like our first real final girl.
Yeah,
And,
well, I had mentioned she was Latina, but I mean, wow, that it was Green Part 7.
yeah, like she had
No more Jenna.
No more Jenna, no more Melissa. Like everyone's gone. And like, let's bring Olivia Hussey in as Neb Campbell's.
She's gonna say that. She probably don't even know who the fuck she is.
You know what's funny is she's trying to sue. I think it was already dropped, but she just tried to sue some studio that filmed Romeo and Juliet when she was a kid because they showed her breasts and she was underage.
Sue the fuck out of them, Olivia. Get your money.
No, they dropped the case.
Okay.
Yeah, it was silly.
Never mind, Olivia.
Do we want to mention the part where Nash is lectured for not giving Daddy Saxon the appropriate info on Claire's gone missing thing?
Let's do it.
Okay. Well, the fellatio bit comes back up and it lasts a little too long, but it's cute.
And here it's back.
And it's not important, so let's forget it. So Phil and Chris and Ken Fuller, aka John Saxon, go back to the house with Bill. And Bill is played by Les Carlson, and he works with them to like specifically do the phone tapping. And he's gonna tap the phones. And they want to find out who the moaner is and where he is calling from. So they check the house for inconsistencies, etc. I love this kind of stuff. So this is like going back to like it being a mystery thriller, etc. And also it looks like it's a lot of trouble to tap a phone. If this movie was made today in 2023, like it would be over in 5 minutes.
I think just call the number, somebody will answer.
Yeah, like
everybody always answers nowadays.
Return phone call.
Yeah.
We learned that there's another phone in the house. Mrs. Mack has one, but it's a different number and no phone calls have been made from it. Just food for thought. Creepy Peter is outside just watching from the trees, and Phil is breaking down. She decides to retire for the evening, leaving Jess by herself. In the attic, the killer is rocking Claire's corpse back and forth and sobbing. It is very ugh. Jess sits by the fire. The killer leaves the attic and sneaks into Barb's room. But this is a fake out. She wakes herself up with an asthma attack, but does say that she thought someone was watching her. Jess eases her. Downstairs, we hear carolers. Barb falls back asleep, so Jess goes to enjoy the singing. And of course, Barb is then brutally stabbed to death with a glass unicorn by the killer. What does he say to her, Alex?
He says, "Agnes, it's me, Billy. It's all right, Agnes. Pretty Agnes. Don't you tell me what we did."
And this is the first time that we see the single eye shot and like
horrific.
Yeah, combined with the breaking glass and like the sliver shots of the blood. Like when there are like pieces of glass on your hand, like after it's broken, it's like the most painful thing.
This entire moment is just so good because I'm going to use that word one more time with the juxtaposition.
It's a good one.
From the sweet carolers happening while Barbara's being brutally attacked, it's like, what the fuck? What a contrast. It's so fucking good. It's well done. It's like, it's happening. The kids are just like with their faces going on singing and she's just getting stabbed upstairs.
It's 100% like every time someone is killed in this movie, it's so purposeful.
Executed perfectly.
Yes, it is executed perfectly. I'm going to repeat what you just said because that is the best way to say it. Like, and straight up, he has the same frame and look as Peter. And I think that this is on purpose, but they, again, going back to them wanting you to think that this is Peter. The carolers are interrupted by a manic woman who informs Jess about Mrs. Quaif's daughter, who was just found murdered. Jess leaves her to answer the ringing phone. Now, the first call to be traced, but it would be no fun if we traced it the first time. So we get another phone call that says what, Alex?
No, Billy, what your mother and I must know is just like having a wart removed. So now he's bringing back what the fuck Peter said too.
And the way that he says wart removed, it like he says like just like having a wart removed. Like, oh god, you guys, there's so much effort in the way that whoever is doing this voice, and oh my god, it's like I think his name is Nick Mancuso or something like that, and he had to like stand up on his head, like he had to like do a handstand, so his larynx was like crushing itself.
I don't like these voices. Like when you were mentioning earlier how they were tapping on the phones just to get the phone call, and the conversation that everybody hears, the cop, John Jackson is hearing the conversation as well as well, they're all hearing, they're all listening in.
Yeah.
And the voices that are coming out of that phone call alone are like so frightening to me. They're horrifying. It's the worst type of thing you can actually hear in a film or TV. Yeah. Like I would not watch this film alone. I'm going to mention that again.
Yeah. It's a really scary movie.
That fucking eye alone, that shot fucking traumatized the fuck out of me.
And we only get the eye one more time, and we're gonna get that in like the next like 5 minutes.
And all the other movies try to like mimic the eye, but it's like I get it, I see it, but it's just not the same to me. It doesn't do the same effect. This first movie did the fucking effect. It was great.
Yeah, this was the first one that did it and did it right and did it very well.
And the voice coming out, it's me, baby. Like,
oh my god.
Agonize is the way he says it.
My god, yeah. Like
it's as chilling as and I'm gonna sorry to mention it, but Pet Sematary, what's her name?
Zelda?
It's Zelda. Like that, the spirit of Zelda, that moment.
You know what? Just because you mentioned Pet Sematary, I'm gonna let you have that one. I don't think anything personally compares to that. But
you're like, come on, that would be Zelda's hair, Zelda's eye, and Zelda's voice. Literally.
Agni. Oh my god, I can't even do it. Oh my god, it's frightening. Oh my god, we have to watch Pet Sematary. So Phil reassures. Oh wait, do we think Jess thinks it's Peter right now?
Yes. It's just really scary to me too.
I think that she does too.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, how did Phil sleep through Barb being murdered?
I have no fucking idea.
Because she also says that she hasn't had any sleep. So how did you sleep through Barb being murdered, but you're telling Jess that you haven't had any sleep? So it's like...
You're supposed to be telling us that the carolers were just so loud during this moment.
And do we want to think that Phil is also a killer?
I would say so. Like, I mean, there has to be a couple of them because now people are just missing left and right.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing. So Phil reassures Jess that it probably isn't Peter. There's still a cop outside, so they're safe. We get another call. Jess answers it, and it's Peter. He's crying hysterically and begging her not to kill the baby. And he's saying it just like that. Do not kill the baby. You want the baby. Don't do this. She asks where he is, but he doesn't answer her. She's adamant on wanting to know where he is, but he hangs up on her. Bill can't trace any of these calls because she can't keep them on the phone long enough. Did you catch the shadow while Phil and Jess are on the phone with Ken?
I did not catch the shadow.
There's a shadow in the background. Like someone is standing in the background watching while Ken is talking about tell me about the pregnancy.
See, now I want to watch that again because I noticed that in the new one, they kind of did that whole, while people are conversating, there's always like a shadow like just behind them because the fireplace is just casting a shadow. But they kind of just placed it there for, I guess, that sake of just keeping it like, oh, there's just somebody overwatching all the time and it's just the shadow, but it's one of the girls in the sorority.
Yeah, this one I think was the killer. Because, and like I said earlier, I catch something new now every time I watch this movie. And don't get me wrong, I've only seen this movie a handful of times. I didn't even watch this movie all the way through probably until 2019.
And you said you didn't watch it last year.
And I did not watch it last year. And up until 2019, that was the first time I had seen it all the way through. And so I watched it 2020. I watched it 2021 in theaters. I watched it 2021. That was really cool. I watched it at the New Bev. There's a search and rescue duo that sneak up to the window and scare Phyllis while she's downstairs, like getting something to drink in the kitchen. She says something cute. I'd rather face the killer, which is kind of foreshadowing. She goes upstairs to go to bed, and before entering her own room, she goes to check on Barb. Rest in pieces, Phyllis. And speaking of pieces, Ken goes to the conservatory and sees the piano. Just more to make us think that Peter is the killer, which is totally fine. Jess locks up the house and realizes she's very much alone and receives another phone call from the moaner. Now, this is the last phone call, so we make it count. What does he say?
Where's the baby? You left Billy alone with Agnes.
So what the fuck have we gathered by this point? Like, what do you think, like, with the 2006 remake not happening, like, what do you think is the story with Billy and Agnes that you have gathered from these phone calls?
That the mom's dead.
Okay.
That's about it for me.
Okay, so do you think that this caller is a Billy? Like,
No,
Agnes?
I think he's asking for Billy. In all honesty, I don't think he's ever identified like as who he is because he's never captured. He's still in the house. Even when the movie ends, there really was never an identified killer.
So do you think that the 2006 remake did a solid backstory for who these characters could have been?
Yes,
Okay.
I do believe so. Yeah, I do believe because it like I said, that movie makes me feel gross. And I think that this is exactly the type of story that would happen for somebody to be that demented.
Yeah, I kind of want a backstory that isn't the 2006 remake just to see what it could be with this whole same thing, because we saw the 2021 short fan film, It's Me, Billy.
Yeah.
And that was kind of interesting, and I'm interested to see what the sequel is that comes out next year. I'm also fine with the backstory that they had with the 2006 remake, but I would be interested to see something else.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So here is the moment that everybody waits for in this film. So Bill tells Nash, who tells Ken, John Saxon, that the call is coming from inside the house. Ken calls the officer out front of the house, but his throat has been slit.
He was so dramatic about it, but really good too. Like it just like it kind of got on my nerves because he kept on doing it over and over. He's in the house. He's in the house. It's like, okay, we get it.
Yeah. Nash is to call Jess and inform her what's up, and that's what Alex is talking about right now. Nash is notorious for the whole movie just kind of like not doing his job correctly, and this is the part where he is specifically informed that he has to do his job right, and he just doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And Jess,
Very frustrating.
Yeah, Jess tries to keep her cool, and she, knowing that someone is in the house with them, she insists on getting Barb and Phil first. Beforehand, though, what does she say, Alex, at the bottom of the stairs?
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah. I love how she says that.
It's me.
Like, it's so fucking good. I really like the way she does it, and then the way she grabs her face and her hair is like, oh my gosh, she's like done at this point.
Yeah, like she like is just exhausted, and she's me.
Like it's so good, and she's still gonna go upstairs. What the fuck are you doing? Get out! They just told you get out of the house. What are you doing?
But see, like as scared as she is, like she's willing to go up and save her friends, or at least go check on her friends and make sure that they make it out safe with
That
her.
grab of the face and the hair was her making up her mind. Like fuck, I need to go back in.
Yeah, like it's really admirable. And so she goes up into Barb's room and the door won't open, and she has to like kind of bust it down. And as she breaks it down, she falls to her knees. The door is ajar, and she sees Barb and Phil propped up on the bed, all bloody and dead. And this is the most horrifying part of the fucking movie for me and for a lot of people. She looks up, and in the corner crack of the door, she sees an eye staring at her. There's like a moment of silence, and
yeah, and that moment, honestly, it takes its time, but it's fast, but it kind of like a bad accident where it just like slows down during the moment, and then it just like happens again.
Yeah, and it's so quiet, and it's so fucking terrifying. And I don't even remember what he says off the top of my head, but he says something like Agnes, don't tell them
what we did. Yeah,
this scared you.
Yep, it fucking freaked me out.
It's so scary.
It freaked me out.
So Jess like slams the door into him, and then we get like this very quick chase segment, and Jess hides herself in the basement. But this chase is so quick and so amped. Like she slams the door, he screams, his hands are all bloody, you never see his face. She runs down the stairs, and as she's running down the stairs, he reaches through the stairs and like the staircase banister.
Yeah.
and grabs her hair, and she emits the most beautiful final girl scream.
Honestly, yes. And we don't see anything else but just the arm and the hair, and that's all the camera like show. That's literally what we see on screen, and her just being yanked back. And it's so good because we don't even have to see any further than that. We get it.
And his bloody hand.
It's so scary. It's like, don't touch me.
As he's like chasing her, he sounds like a fucking animal, and it's masterful. This whole thing is just it's so mesmerizing. And so Peter shows up while she's hiding in the basement. He breaks into the basement. We, at this point, just think that it's Peter. Like, Jess is hiding. She's trying to keep away from him. It's dark. The way that this is filmed is so creepy. You rewound this last night. There was like 2 points where you just rewound it because you thought that he was smiling.
I was like, it looks like he grins on purpose, and I just couldn't get past it. I'm like, if you look, you have to look at it, and then like keep on rewinding it just so you can see the grin. But it's actually him defrosting the glass just to see through it into the room. But the grin that he makes is like, it's actually a little bit horrifying. It lets you believe that he's maybe the killer as well.
Yeah, it's so fucking, oh God, there's like, I can't use the word spooky and frightening and terrifying enough. It's really well done, and it's so scary. And so he gets into the basement, Peter does, and he approaches Jess. She has armed herself with a fire poker because she has to protect herself, and we don't see it. As he's approaching her, it cuts, and the police have made it to the house. The police officers, the lieutenant, everybody get to the house, and they hear Jess screaming from outside. And when they get into the basement, they see that she has killed Peter.
Yeah, this is done so well because we see Peter approaching her, and then we see the fear in her face, and you're like, she's about to fucking kill him with that poker. But we never see that happen up until the cops literally arrive outside of the house, and they check out what's happened outside of the house, the first scene, and then they make it into the house. Well, because they hear her scream, just this loud fucking scream, but it's actually her already killing Peter.
It's blood curdling.
It's blood curdling. Yeah, literally, she's killing Peter. And that's when we realize she just fucking killed Peter. So the cops are running in the house, and they, rescue her, blah, blah, blah. The rest.
Jess is alive and she's sedated, and then they take her into one of the rooms upstairs, and Ken is heard saying that all along he knew that it was Peter, and one of the other cops come up and say that there's no more room at the morgue, and they have so many bodies that they don't know what to do with, and there's been a lot of murders tonight.
Put him outside. There's a snowstorm.
God, back in Alaska, have a shot, guys. They were not able to bury bodies in the winter because the ground was too cold.
Oh, you mentioned that, but not bury them, just like, keep them a little cold.
Yeah, they had to keep them in like frozen.
What is it? Aluminum foil, and then put them out there in a little bundle.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Mr. Harrison, Claire's dad, goes into shock, and he is taken to a hospital by Chris and another cop. This poor guy. He is put through the fucking ringer. So like everybody is like really put through the ringer of some sort. And this guy, like emotionally and mentally, like they never find his daughter.
The cops never check the attic. I mean, come on. That would be the first spot you check because you want to check every single room in the house.
And they don't. So a police officer is left to watch over the house while Jess sleeps. And as everybody just leaves, and we see that Claire and Mrs. Mack's bodies are still in the attic. And then we hear a phone ring. So it looks like that Peter was not the killer after all.
No.
Or if he was, did he have a partner like Phil?
Yeah, this is such a good shot at the end of the movie. Though. It's so fucking good. Like
fucking
they just have the camera set on the house outside, and you can see the light on upstairs in the room where all this is happening. And everybody left the house. She's in there by herself in the bed, and the cop is outside in the door. And the camera just kind of like starts moving away from the house, and slowly, and then the phone just rings, and it's letting us know this cycle is just going to continue. It's just going to go on again. So like we were saying earlier, basically the killer was never identified because he was never caught. They never checked the attic.
They never checked the fucking attic. Had they checked the attic, we might have found this motherfucker.
Yeah, we would have found the one that started it all, Claire.
We could have had a white Christmas.
Yep.
But I mean, lo and behold, you guys, there is a reason that this is in my top 5 horror films. Like I've reevaluated my top 5 over the past couple years, and this one has slipped its way in. It is definitely my number 1 favorite Christmas horror film of all time, and it makes sense. And I wherever there is a flaw, there is a perfection. And there are so many good things about this. The cast, the pacing, the storyline, the way that the phone calls are done, the way that the subject matter is handled. It doesn't feel like it's an hour and 47 minutes, however long it is. it's just done so well. And every time I finish watching it, I feel like I could watch it again and it will be a new experience. And I'm just so satisfied. That's the best word for it. I'm so satisfied every time. And I never watch it unless it's Christmas. You know, so like over the last few years since I've seen it, it's just a Christmas movie through and through. And I am just always so thrilled to show it to someone. So I'm
So you picked the
glad.
Christmas Bond for our listeners?
What do you mean?
You only see it during Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, you said, or something?
No, just through the Christmas
Oh,
season.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. But
I was
it's
like, wait,
just
what?
I don't watch it else throughout the year otherwise.
Okay.
So on our gory gaydar, Alex, because this is something new that we're introducing, you know, for on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being a piece of gory shit and 5 being gory wonderfulness, what would you rate this?
I would have to give this a 5.
Why did you like this movie?
You know what? It's the cinematography in this movie is probably one of the best that I've seen in a classic film done like this, because it shows like everything in a demented headspace. And then also like the way it just captures the architecture of the house. Like we meet the house like a cast, like it's literally one of the fucking cast members here.
It literally is a fucking character.
Yeah, it literally is a character. That's what I'm trying to say.
No,
Thank
you said it beautifully.
We get to meet the house. We live in it. We enjoy it. We're there, and the way the camera just captures every single thing in this house, like the wooden panels going up the stairs. The attic to me is probably one of the second iconic shot to this movie was the plastic bag with the rocking chair, of course. But the fucking attic entry is probably one of the best entryways to an attic that I've seen in a movie, because it just became the doorway to what the fuck is happening up there. And I can't believe they never checked it.
Have you checked the children? Have you checked the attic?
You know?
Dumb bitch.
I checked the attic. But yeah, I
love that.
that's why I think it's probably like my new favorite Christmas movie in all time.
I'm so glad because, you know, people have different tastes and this could easily be something like, oh my God, it's so slow. Oh my God,
No.
it's so dated. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But I'm glad that you have a respect for it.
Yeah,
and
when
I'm
we
glad-
do our Christmas in July next year,
Oh, fuck
this
yeah.
would be a good one to start with again.
Okay.
Not that we'll talk about it again, but it's just good to start watching it in July.
Maybe that's when we can do the 2006 conversation in a more depth detail and then kind of go back and discuss this one a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we also want to introduce our gore-o-meter because, you know, we're the gory gays. And while we don't necessarily focus on things that are gory, because like, let's face it, a lot of the movies that we have talked about are not very gory. We do want to, you know, let you know whether or not this movie is like a splatter fest or not. And this one's not.
Yeah.
I think that the remake is very heavy.
Yeah,
on
the
on
voices alone through the phone call and the eye alone is enough. Like you'll be freaked the fuck out.
Yeah, it's not very graphic. There is a slit throat. There is I think some bloody hands.
Like
You know what I
stabbing
mean?
in the eye. Like,
Yeah. But there is nothing to write home about. There's no nudity. I don't think there's any nudity.
yeah, there is. No, there isn't. Sorry, I was confusing with the newer one.
Yeah, the new one is a whole different story. But I think that this one is good, clean horror for the family.
It's a good way to introduce your kids to a holiday horror movie because it's pretty clean.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, guys, that is our Black Christmas episode. Obviously, I would give that a 5 on our Gory Gaydar to go back to that because I didn't rate it. But that was my next question for you. And I know we have to wrap this up, but my next question for you is out of the 6 movies that we reviewed for out of the 6 movies we reviewed for 6 weeks of holiday horror, which one was your favorite?
This one for sure, absolutely this one, and I'm so glad that this one was our last one that we did because it's honestly in my head now. Like I really enjoy this movie a lot. This is going to be my new grandfather for slasher.
Yeah, I think you saved the best for last.
Yeah.
And I think that this one is for sure.
Like every time I see a new slasher movie or if somebody mentions one, I'll be like, nope, you got to go back to this one. In all honesty,
You
and then
hold it up.
to Home for the Holidays.
Yeah. So, okay, Black Christmas. We are slashing it off of the list. Thank you so much for listening to this lovely Christmas episode of ours. Before we get into what we talk about next week.
Next year.
Oh my God, it is next year.
Next year, you guys.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. So before we get into next week's episode, please go follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Gory Gaze. Follow us on YouTube at The Gory Gaze. And if you want to email us with any comments or suggestions, feel free. We can be reached at thegorygaze@gmail.com. Okay, so Next week, guys, since it's our New Year's episode, we are going to be talking about,
Poseidon.
yeah,
Yeah.
the one with Fergie.
The one with Fergie.
Yeah. We were going over what options we could have. And there's a couple, but he was like, let's not do Ghost Ship. And I was like, that's not even a New Year's Eve movie.
I was like,
he was
hello,
like,
Fergie
yeah, it
singing
is.
the New Year song.
And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, the one where they get their head sliced off. And I was like, but Fergie's not in that. And he was like, yeah, she sings. And I was like, that's Poseidon, Alex.
And I was
It
like, okay.
yeah.
You're right.
So
There's Alex, you guys. Gory gays.
so that being said, we will be covering the movie Midnight Kiss, directed by Carter Smith. It came out in 2019. It's about a group of friends that go to a desert resort on New Year's Eve, and it's super gay, super bloody, lots of sex, lots of blood. I haven't seen it.
We had a second choice to this.
We did. It was New Year's Evil, but
We pushed it. So this one better be something worth talking about.
I've never seen it.
Me either.
Exactly. So I think that's a cool, fun thing to start with, something that neither of us have ever seen.
Where can we find this movie?
This is on Hulu.
Oh.
This was part of something called Into the Dark.
So if you guys want to watch it so we can watch together and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, you guys have a week to do this. So go do it. And also go listen to all of our 6 weeks of holiday horror episodes. Go listen to all of our episodes. Go watch our Elves watch along.
Honestly, I know you all got some new Bluetooth gadgets. You guys can hook up your iPads and your earphones and listen to our podcast now. It's Christmas. There's no excuse.
Yeah, guys. And again, Merry Christmas from us to you.
The Merry motherfucking Gory Christmas.
We love you. We look forward to celebrating a new year with you guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy
2024.
Happy Christmas.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you.